Welcome back, students. So, in the previous class, we started the inheritance topic. Okay. So we will discuss what is inheritance and different forms of inheritance. This year, in final exam, one question is coming from the inheritance that explain the different forms of inheritance or explain the feasibility mode in C++ inheritance. Okay, if you see the question paper, means one question is for different forms of inheritance, which is I already given to you: single inheritance, multiple, multi-level, hierarchical, hybrid. Okay, and another question is the feasibility mode. Okay, that part will be discussed today. Okay, so first of all, you just write like a question answer. What is base class and what is derived class? Actually, I already teach you this topic, but this is very important question actually coming frequently. That's why I write down as a question answer. You just write down in a copy. Base class you already know, the super class, and derived class is which is derived from the base class, means subclass. Subclass is derived from superclass, right? See, a class from which another class is inheriting its properties is base class and derived class. See, a class from which another class is inheriting its properties is called base class, and the class inheriting properties is known as a subclass or derived class. Okay. Okay. This I give you as a question answer for an easy purpose for the exam. Next one is abstract class. Sometime coming, what is abstract class? Okay. Just write down the definition: abstract class. A class serving only as a base class for other classes and now objects of which are created. Like this is called abstract class. Abstract means what? Which is not physically impossible. Physically it is impossible. Okay. It is only abstract. What is the meaning of abstract? Means it is only basic idea which is not possible in physical purpose. Okay. Means it is abstract class. A class serving only the base class. for other class, but no object of which are created. Object for abstract class, no object of which are created. And if no object are created means what? You cannot be access the member function and data member. Okay, this is concept is actually that's why called abstract class. This is actually just an idea. Okay, basic idea. Some exams coming. What is abstract class? Abstract class. That's why I write down the definition. Next, you write down advantages. Okay, sometime exam coming. Advantage of inheritance. Advantages of inheritance. Or sometimes coming. Why inheritance used? Means why inheritance used? Why we require inheritance topic? Okay, means advantages also. Is that right? The need of inheritance actually. Inheritance is capable of expressing the inheritance relationship of real world models. Okay. Second is inheritance facilitates the code reusability. Code reusability. REUSA. Okay, BILITY. Reusability. And third one is in inheritance additional features can be added to a class by deriving a class from it and then adding new features to it class once written and tested need not be rewritten or redefined. And last one is inheritance is capable of simulating the transitive, okay, the transitive nature of real world inheritance which in turn saves on modification time and efforts. Okay, see, this is for advantages. Means inheritance is capable of expressing the inheritance relationship or real world models. Okay, inheritance facilitates the code reusability. Means code will be reused. Okay, in inheritance means was one class is derived from another. Means the class definition is again coming in base class from derived class. Again, suppose it is multi-level inheritance means what? One base class is derived from base class and another one class is derived from the other class. Okay, means suppose three classes. Okay, one class that from number one class. Second, I show you about this is a class. Okay, suppose this is a class. One class is derived. Again, one class is derived. Means what? Code is defined in here. That code is again defined in here. This code is again used in here. It means reusability. Reuse the code. Reuse the same thing by class. Okay, and in inheritance additional features can be added to a class by deriving a class from it. That concept done by adding new features to it. Class once and tested need not be rewritten and redefined. Okay, first suppose this class is suppose one class. Suppose this class is class college and this class is suppose class student and this class is suppose class admission. Okay, like that. When this class, once you define this class, then no need to write this class again. Okay, this class is for one time. This class once written and tested, okay, means class once written and tested need not be written redefined. Okay, last one is inheritance is capable of simulating the transitive nature. Transitive means the changing nature in real world inheritance, which is turn shapes and modification time and effort. Means the real world inheritance is was transitive nature, means changing nature. Definitely it's this class is derived, so this class is based to this class is derived, this class is derived. Means the class definition is what? Transitive. Okay, from suppose this class student, it is derived class for this, but it is base class of this. Means middle class is derived class for this, but base class for this. Means this derived class nature is changes to base class. For number one class, number two class is what? Derived, and for number three it will be base. Means its derived status will transit to base. Okay, or you can say vice versa, that for this base class it will be derived for this. Means its base class status is transit to derive. Means its nature will be transitive, like that. Okay. Okay, then this is little bit of advantages and advantages of inheritance coming in exam. 2019 or 18 1 year coming to what is the advantage of inheritance for 4 marks. Then you have to write this 4 point. Okay, this will be very easy. I hope you have not any doubt. If any doubt, you can ask me in classroom. Next one is a question answer you write. Okay, I write down. Okay, as a question answer you write down. If a base class and a derived class it include a member function, with the same name and arguments, comma, which member function will be called by the object of the derived class if the scope operator is not used. Okay, is the answer you write down? If a base class and the derived class includes a member function with the same name and argument, same name and arguments, comma, the member function of derived class will be called if the scope operator is not used. You see, if a base class and a derived class each include a member function with the same name, means suppose one base class, okay, suppose A is base class and B is derived class, right? Each class has a member function of the same name and argument. Suppose it has a member function void read, okay, suppose void read data int a b, suppose, okay, and it has same name member function void read data int a b, okay. Suppose you take A is a class and from which B is derived, means A is base class, B is derived class, and both have same name member function void read data, and both has same argument int ab, okay. Then which member will be called by the object of the derived class, means this derived class has suppose a object b obj, then this object is called which member, means which member function. He called this member function for A or he called this member function of B. If the scope operator is not used, means if you use scope operator, then you have to directly identify that this class for this member function, okay. If your scope operator is not used, means how the object can choose the member function, that who from, because both member function is the same name. Now how he understood that this void read data is for B or void read data for A? That is the concept. Means here you see answer is the base class and derived class is a member function of the same name and argument. The member function of derived class will be called, okay, if the scope operator is not used. You just remember, means this member function is called because this is derived member function. Actually you see both member function has the same name and same argument, okay. But if your scope operator is not used, means you will not clearly define it which member function for which class, okay. Then the derived class object is called which member function. How he know that which member function he will be access, okay. Then this object is for what? B object, means this object is for derived class object. Then he automatically access the derived plus member function. That's the right thing. The member function of derived plus will be called. The member function of derived plus will be called, not the base class. Why derived plus? Because he is the object of derived plus. He automatically choose the derived plus member function because scope operator is not used. If scope operator is used, then you have to be clearly defined that this member function for this or this member for this. Okay, but scope operator is not used means what? You not clearly defined it which member function is for which, because both member function is the same name and argument. Now how object will know that which member function for which class? Okay, also scope operator is not used means what? If scope operator is used, suppose if scope operator is used, that there's void read data or B void read data, something like that, means you have to clearly identify that which member function for which class. Then object will clearly understood that he has to be called for a class A member function, or he has to be understood for this for class B member function. But if his scope operator is not used, then how he will be know that which member function he will called? That's why, because he is the object of derived class, then he automatically choose the derived plus member function, means this member function. Okay? Okay. That's the answer. The member function of derived class will be called if the scope operator is not used. So this is for enough for this class. In next class we'll discuss the later version. Okay? Thank you.